here. And bring him up, I want to share this with you guys because look, guys, I don't know if you guys missed what I just said, right? But Nano taught me. Nano taught me this right here. He taught me the paid of belief. Okay. And when he taught me the word paid to believe, this right here was everything that I needed in that season that I was stepping into in my life. Right. And he broke down this word paid. And this is how he broke it down to me in this journey. That this is what I had to do so I could be able to become the person that I am today, right? And he wrote down this word paid to me. And when he wrote down this word paid, this word hit me like a ton of bricks. I shared this yesterday at the Super Saturday that we hosted here. And this word, he told me, he said, KD, in this journey, you're going to have patience. And you also got to have peace. And I was like, wow. He told me, he's like, look, I'm going to prepare you by you coming to Arizona, making this decision to go into this business. When you go to this first convention of the company, you're going to understand that in this journey, you're going to need patience, but you also got to find your peace. And I was like, whoa. And as I've grown here as a leader, guys, and I have grown as this individual here today, that helps other people find the skill sets that they love and skill sets that's going to better them to accomplish the mission in life that they have. I've understood that patience is everything. And the peace that you have is the peace that's going to bring you the patience. And you always got to find your peace within this journey. The next thing that Nano taught me, it was that I got to make sure that in this journey, I do a lot of activity. I make sure that I do a lot of activity with what I'm learning, with what I'm doing, to be very, very active, to be loud about what I'm doing and be loud at what I'm talking about, right? And he also taught me that with me being loud and being active, I also need to take action. Because I'm going to tell you guys something, and something that I've learned in this journey is that with the information that we're learning every single day, all we got to do is open our journals, open our books, and the activity that we need to take and we need to do, and the action that we need to take is on those uncashed checks that we have of our notes. And I started to understand this in this journey, and I was like, man, Nano's right. And I would never forget these words that he told me when I got to Arizona, because when he told me these words, I started to really tap in and take massive action with everything that came right in front of me. I started to take massive being at peace with myself and doing more activity day in and day out. That's why you guys here as this lead, being part of this organization, you have access to everything. I have an answer for everything because I've been able to be patient within my journey. I've been able to find the peace. I've been able to stay active with all the activity, take action. And as well, guys, he told me this. He said, you need to find your inspiration. Who is your inspiration? What is your inspiration? What is that really, really hurts you right now, deep down inside? And when I found that, I started to get inspired by the action that you guys take day in and day out. He told me, KD, you're going to be a reflection of the people that are in your business. You're going to be a reflection of the weakest link in your business. So with the action and the activity that you take, KD, you're going to inspire other people because you're going to be the example. And they're also going to inspire you when you feel like days and months that you don't feel like things are clicking or going your way. And I was like, man. And I'm telling you, if I'm giving you value real quick, if this word relates to you, drop some fire in the chat box for me, family, right? Because I'm going to be honest with you. This word right here, he defined that for me before I became this person that's here today, this leader. And when I became this person and he told me, KD, you got to pay to believe, man. You got to pay to play. You got to pay to show up. And he broke down this word for me here in specific words. And then he told me, once you figure out all these things, you know what's going to start happening with the word DKD? You're going to start being dedicated. You're going to start being dedicated to the grind. You're going to start being dedicated to your why. You're going to be more dedicated to your team. And you know what's the next thing that's going to happen to you, bro? Is that you're going to be very disciplined. You're going to understand the difference. You're going to understand the difference between putting in the work and actually staying disciplined to the work. And I looked at him and I was like, damn, bro. And he's probably here on this line somewhere, like just looking at this and be like, wow, he really applied this. And that's what he taught me when I came to Arizona. Once I understood this last year in September, when we had our Arizona convention here, as I was developing as a leader, as I was paying my way to believe, showing up to all the events, showing up to all the masterminds, doing whatever it took, I committed to what I said I was going to do. I committed to the five things. Number one, that I was going to do something within this industry. Number two, I was going to show up day in and day out. It doesn't matter how hard it takes and how hard I got to show up day in and day out. I'm going to be the example to inspire somebody one day. That could be my team. That could be my family. That could be somebody that's watching me. The second thing that I committed to was that I was going to give my family a better life than what I had and had to experience. And the last thing is I'm going to make my mother proud. And these words right here paid. That's what I had to do to be able to be here, guys, this long. Within 3 years, August 29th this year, I have 3 years here in this journey. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Like today, sharing this floor here with Neno, he painted this vision for me since day one I got started in this business. But I had to work my way up to get access to him. I had to work my way up to build a relationship with him that now here today, he's my best friend. Now here today, we've been able to travel the world together, live together. I have learned everything and I give it to him because everything that he has given me, the books, the audios, the classes, the coaching, the everyday activities, seeing the way that he grinds. And no matter how hard things get, he shows up. He's a twin and he's a mirror in my life that I mirror. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to bring him up here today. And if you guys are here, make sure you guys take notes. Make sure you guys have questions at the end because Nano's going to come here today. If you guys don't know him, Nano is, our chairman leader. Nano is an individual that, he has an open heart to just serve and give to others. He has the number 55 podcast for business in the world. He's our number one MMX educator. And he's someone that just serves from the back day in and day out. So with that being said, I'm a step away from greatness. And I want to thank you, my brother, for, changing my life and teaching me the spiritual side of success and teaching me how to become a great leader and teaching me how I could be able to inspire others by the actions and the dedication I make day in and day out. So with that being said, I'm a step away from greatness. Here's the man, the myth, the legend himself, my brother, Nano Torres.
Thank you, fam. I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful to be on this call with you and the rest of the organization. Guys, if you guys can hear me and see me good, can I please get a 1 in the chat real quick? Just want to make sure it's all good on your side. Man, KD, just the growth has been, outstanding. I've like he said, man, we become more than just business partners. We're literally like best friends. And, it's always a pleasure to see individuals like himself grow and all the leaders around him that have been growing, who have been taking themselves to the next level. But it's all a reflection of, the hard work, the investments, the sacrifices that, have been made. And, there's a lot of great leaders who are already on here that I see that are the next individuals up. I see my brother David always here showing up. I see my brother JB World. I see my brother Johnny taking over, Toronto out there. I see my brother Samuel always on all the calls. I know CJ's killing it out he's killing it out in Arizona. I see my brother Mauricio on here. What's up? Cedric is here. Man, we got a lot of familiar faces, but then there's also a lot of faces that I haven't seen. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time to hop on today's call because, I know you guys could be doing anything. You guys could be with your mothers. Oops. Sis, I'm on a call. I'm hit you back. You know, I know you guys could be doing anything. I know you guys could be with your mothers and stuff, and I don't want to take you guys away from that. But, you know, this is something that is amazing because there's a couple of things that we're going to talk about today that are important. But I want to make sure that you guys understand how great of a leader you guys have as well. You know, KD is someone that I've worked closely with for the last couple of years, and I've taught him everything that I know. So whenever KD jumps on these calls and he teaches you guys these things, guys, take them serious. You know, he studied me, he lived with me, he's been on tour with me. You know, he knows what it takes to become a Chairman 25 leader. He knows what it takes to, you know, he has relationships with Alex Morton. He has relationship with the top educators. Like, this is someone that you guys should be leveraging more, picking his brain more, and just doing more, because that's kind of like what he did with me. You know, when he was with me, he was picking my brain. He was asking questions. He was building that relationship with me. And the fact that you guys have him as well, it's important that, you know, you guys learn how to leverage that as well, because that is super key. So, you know, I got a couple of things I want to talk about today. And as you guys know, you know, it's already Sunday, May 14th. It's crazy how fast this year is going, though. When you actually sit down and think about it, it's like, man, it's already halfway through May. And, you know, next thing you know, it's going to be June. Real quick, is anybody here going to Croatia? Not Croatia, my bad, Cancun first. Is anybody going to Cancun here? Let me see. Anybody put a 1 if you're going to Cancun. I just want to see who on this is going to Cancun. Okay, Define's going, Paper Made is going, KD's going, Eli's going. Okay, so we got about 4 people. Who's going to Croatia? Type of Croatia in the chat if you're going to Croatia, right? If you're going to the Croatia event, just want to see who on here is committed. Because the reason why I ask that, because anyone who is committed to this business is committed to conventions, okay? Let me see. So we got a lot of people going to Croatia. We got Eli, we got David, we got Josiah, we got Samuel, JB World, KD, Mauricio, Mills, Paper May working on it, Sham Southern, Joe Anthony. Great. And that's majority of the chat. Now, I want to make sure that I talk about this really quick before we get into it, because I want you guys to know Croatia is one of the most important events of the year, okay? And as you guys know, we are less, I would say right now, let me see, June, July, August. I would say we're less than 120 days away from Croatia. That's probably less than 100 days. Let me see, we got 15 days. Let me just do the math real quick. 16 days in May. We got 30 days in June. That puts it at, let's say, 46. Another 31 days. That puts it at 77 in July. Yeah, that's exactly what it's about. Another 31 puts it at 100 and thing. Yep, we're looking at about 100, less than 120 days. Anywhere from let's just 120 days to be fair, right? We're less than 120 days from Croatia. All right. Now, the reason why I mentioned this is because this is something that's very key, okay? Because Croatia is direction. Croatia is what I like to call, all right, point B. All right. Now, point B means that today you're at point A and Croatia is point B, which means that we want to start getting clear on what we want to accomplish by our next convention. All right. You know, the moment that, you know, me and KD started to work together, the reason why he talked about that first event, that first convention that I had him invest into and go to, it was because I did the exact same thing to him. I was like, look, bro, this is where you're at right now. And this is where, you know, point B is, which is the convention. We need to make sure that from now till convention, you have a plan in place on exactly what you guys are going to do. Because what that does is, guys, remember, this is what this does. It creates a run for you, all right? And I know that some of you guys are going to Cancun and Croatia. That's perfect. If you're going to Cancun and Croatia, you're lit, right? But like I said, right, it gives you direction, because look at what happens. We got point A, right? What is point A? Point A is where you are now. Okay, this is where you are now. That's point A. That's today, May 14th. 2023. Okay. Point B, all right, like I said, all right, is the Croatia event in September, which is September, the event is September 7th through the 10th. Okay, just in case you don't know the dates. All right, so now we got point A to point B. Now, the good thing is that we can't control point A because that's where we're at. All right, and we can't control point B, all right, because that's where we're going. The only thing that we can control from this point moving forward is what we do in this time right here. Is what we do. No, wrong one. Let me delete this. Okay. The only thing we can do now basically is just focus on what we can do from here to here, the in between. This is the only thing we can focus on, what we're going to do starting tomorrow all the way up until Croatia. And the key is, guys, is having a game plan. What am I going to do on a day-to-day basis in order for me to get to where I want to go to by Croatia? Now, I have a question for everybody here. Okay. What is your goal by Croatia in terms of a rank, in terms of trading? Type it in the chat box real quick. What is your goal? If you could pick a rank, if you could pick a September, here it goes, forgot to be here. If you could pick a goal, if you could pick an amount of trading account, if you could pick an amount of money that you want in your crypto portfolio, what is that goal? Okay, I want to know what that goal is for you. Just kind of want to get an idea here. Joe Anthony, P600, Eli, 10K. Let's see. P2000, funded account, 50 minimum at Croatia with me. Sheesh, David, I love that. Joe Anthony, 10K a month in general. Love that. Who else? I got to see. I want to see what the goals are, right? If you guys are paying attention, AK and that. Okay, awesome. P600, Chairman. And Chairman 5,000, P1,000 for Sienna, P1,000 in a 5K trading account, Josiah, P1K dinner in Cancun, done 20K by September, rank P2,000, Dallas is P600, Mills, P600, okay, JB World, P6 with over 12 people in my business making $150 weekly, let's go, MK3, 2K a month, Danny P2000, Mauricio P600 and 50K funded. Nania P600, let's go, and MK3 also P600. That's your goal, right? Now, when I asked you guys what you guys wanted, that was your goal. Now, here's my challenge to everybody. Okay, usually when we set goals that don't expand, that don't push us. So I want you guys, 2K in the trading account, I want you guys to remember this, okay? Everything from this point moving forward, I want you guys to start to write this down. Remember, if you don't write it down, and I know that this is something that you guys hear, but this is something that has to be done. You have to write it down in exact terms. For example, okay, let me look at somebody here that wrote it down real quick. I'm gonna use Josiah, right? Josiah Ruiz, right? Josiah Ruiz says he wants to be a P1000 and he wants to have 5K in his trading account, right? So what I would do if I were Josiah is every day when I wake up and before I go to bed, I would write down, I am so happy and grateful now that I am a P1000 qualified by Croatia, or you could put by September 1st. No, this is what we're going to do. Now that I am a P1000 qualified and I have successfully grown my trading account to 5K by September 1st, 2023. Just like that, or something along those lines. I am so happy and grateful now that I am a P1000 qualified and I have successfully grown my trading account to 5K plus, if you want to just make it plus, by September 1st, 2023. Done. Right? Simple. This is something that you want to be able to do, guys. It's the simple stuff, right? This is the simple stuff that you want to be able to do on a day-to-day basis, guys. I'm telling you, because these are the simple things that make all the difference, okay? All the difference. These are the things that make all the difference. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a P1000 qualified and I have successfully grown my trading account to 5K plus by September 1st, 2023, okay? That's something that I would write if I was, you know, Josiah. Let's see who else. Let's see who else, right? Mauricio wrote down he wants to be a P600, right? He wants to be a P600 and he wants to be 50K funded, right? So I am a P600 qualified and I am, now that I am a P600 qualified and I am, let me see how I would write this. And now that I am a P600 qualified and I have a fully funded 50K trading account by September 1st, 2023. Boom. Easy. This is the goal. This is what you want. This is your desire. This is what you're going to talk about. This is what you're going to write down. This is what you're going to visualize. This is what you're going to put on your vision board. You're going to make this the burning desire, guys. This is what you have to do. I've seen everything that is happening for KD right now. I watched him write it down for days and weeks and months at a time until he started to manifest the successful trading accounts, the successful e-commerce stores, the businesses worldwide, the high-level leaders that he's been attracting into his business. I saw it happen. I saw him write down what's happening now months ago. I saw him write this down and talk about this when we were living in sunny hours in 2021. I saw him pray about this. So in terms of just getting some direction for where you guys are going next, this is what I would do right here. Okay. And it's all about that. Okay. And this is super, super key. Now, a couple things I also want to talk about. All right. Preparation for the summer. All right. Now, preparation for the summer is very key because number one, the first thing you got to do is understand the season we are in. Okay. We are in an amazing season. All right. This season right here is what we consider the planting season. This is like for everybody to understand, guys, you got to remember the months of April, May, and June are the most important months of the whole entire year for a network marketer, for a business owner. Okay, because these are the months that you want to really focus on your growth. You want to focus on expanding your business. You want to focus on getting uncomfortable. You want to make this a massive, massive, massive focus. Okay, this is something that has to like really, really be your main priority at these times. Because something that I did was something I did that really put me in position was, you know, I really organized my life and I put myself in position to start the month of May, right? When I knew that what this season was, I put myself in position immediately with no problem, because I knew I was like, yo, if these are the most important months of the year, I got to prepare myself for them. And sometimes the biggest thing about what success requires is about understanding the season that you're in and knowing what's required in that season. Because if you know that you're in a season of planting seeds, but you're doing something else, then you're doing the complete opposite of what's required in that season. It's like going to a job that requires you to do a certain activity, but you're doing the complete opposite. You're never going to be able to be successful at that job. So it's the same thing with seasons. If the season is the season of planting, then what does that mean? I know you guys are probably wondering, well, Nano, what is the season of planting? Okay, and it means a lot of personal work, right? This requires a lot of self-development, all right? Right? You're planting seeds of who you want to be. You're planting seeds of where you want to go. Every time you write your goals down, writing goals down, that's a seed planted, right? Prospect that you share the business with, that's a seed planted, okay? Go live session you study, that's a seed planted, okay? Events and trainings you go to, those are seeds planted. Participating in the chats, those are seeds being planted. Team meetups for Toronto, those are seeds planted. You know why? Because what tends to happen is, guys, when you plant a seed, what happens in the summer is they start to grow. Because the spring is the season of planting. The summer is the season of growth. The fall is the season of harvest. Okay? Every book you read, is a seed planted. Audios you listen to is a seed planted. So the question is, I want you guys to ask yourself this: how many seeds am I planting? And this is just an example of it. Are you doing your self-development? Are you writing your goals down? Are you sharing the business with other people? Are you jumping on Go Live sessions? Are you going to the events and jumping on the trainings? Are you participating in the group chats? Are you reading the books? Are you listening to the audios? This call is a seed planted. What if this is the call that activates one of you guys to go out there and hit your next rank and become a next successful trader, e-commerce store owner? What if this is the call that Jacob needed in order for him to take himself to the next level? What if this is the call that Samuel needed to just get some organization and just get some recognitions and remind himself like, yo, you're in the right place. And he goes out there and makes it happen. Sometimes that's all you need is one call. Sometimes all you need is one book, one audio. What if this is the call that you come to the realization like, sheesh, man, I haven't been planting enough seeds. And you start planting seeds, and next thing you know, the next couple of seeds that you plant are the ones that end up blowing up for you. Yo, that's how it worked with KD. I planted seeds in KD. I told him, yo, be at convention. Make sure you're there. Don't miss it. He wasn't going. But guess what I did? I planted that seed. I invited him because I was doing the work. I was sharing the business with others. I was watching Go Live sessions, right? I was inviting people to Croatia. Next thing you know, KD is one of the top leaders in the organization, P2000, traveling the world. Guys, that's the key. So you got to ask yourself this question right here. How many seeds am I planting on a day-to-day basis? This is a very, very, very important question to ask yourself, right? So that's number one. If you want to prepare for the summer, you got to make sure, you have to make sure that you guys are understanding the season. That's number one. Number two, okay, you have to know You have to understand, another thing you need to understand is the power of leverage. You got to leverage the company. You got to leverage your mentors. You got to leverage the products and services. You got to leverage each other. Guys, leverage is so important. Leverage is everything. We got to leverage each other more. You got to ask yourself, have I truly been leveraging the company the way I'm supposed to? What do you mean by that, Nano? Well, are you using the services? Do you have a go live schedule that you follow? If I were to ask all of you guys right now, hey, show me your go live schedule, a separate piece of paper that says, or if you could show me your Google Calendar, can every single one of you guys show me a separate piece of paper or a Google Calendar that shows me the go live schedule that you follow on a weekly basis? If you can't show me it, that tells me a lot about your success. It tells me a lot about your commitment. Because you know what my mentor told me? He said, show me your schedule, I'll show you your future. Show me your schedule and I'll show you your future. I know Johnny's on Go Live. If there's anyone that I know that's on Go Live for sure, is Johnny. Johnny doesn't miss Go Live sessions. He never goes inactive, but that's why. That's why you see the success that he's having. That's why he will be one of our next chairmen in this organization. That's why he's blowing up in Toronto. You know why? Because he understands the power of leverage. I didn't teach Johnny how to become a successful crypto investor. Go Live did. I didn't teach Johnny how to become a successful trader. Go Live did. I didn't do that for Johnny. I connected him. I leveraged the academy. And the company did the rest. So guys, get out of the mindset that you think that it has to be you that does things for people. Guys, Go Live and the company does a lot of it. We are the sponsors. We are the coaches here. I didn't teach KD how to trade. I didn't teach KD how to build an e-commerce store. I didn't teach KD how to invest into cryptocurrencies. Go Live did. You guys understand that? So we must stay plugged in and leverage what we have access to, but also leverage each other. And let me tell you guys something. KD knew how to get into cryptos before I did. Guess what? I would leverage KD. When I needed help with setting up ads for my store, you know who would help me? It wasn't Chris Reeves. It wasn't Ari. I would call KD. When I needed help with a training, when I needed help with anything, I would call KD. You know what that's called? Leveraging each other. Are you leveraging each other? Are you leveraging Johnny? Are you leveraging David? Are you leveraging JB World? Are you guys leveraging each other as well? That's the key. You guys want to make sure that you're leveraging each other. Because every single person here has a different success story. Man, if you got anybody interested in crypto, yo, make sure you connect them with Johnny, man. Johnny's your guy. He's your guy when it comes to the crypto space. Leverage each other. We are all one family. I don't want you guys to think that because he's on one place and you're in another place that you guys can't work with each other. Everybody can work with each other. Leverage each other, guys. That's what this is all about. This is so, so key. And I promise you, it's going to be the next big thing. Quick question, will ITSHIMKD do real estate? Yes, we are getting into real estate. That is probably going to be something that we release. If I'm not mistaken, I think the goal is to release that at Croatia. So don't hold me to it. I don't know for sure, but I know that real estate will be one of the next products that we release on. So stay tuned with that. All right. How else do you prepare for the summer? Yo, plant your flag, guys. Plant your flag. What do I mean by plant your flag? Make the decision to go all in. That's it. This is it for us. I know this is it for me. Trust me, guys, there's always going to be a new business opportunity. There's always going to be a new come up scheme. There's always going to be a new network marketing company that comes out. There's always new ones. And in my 5.5 years, 6 years, I've seen all those money grabs. I've seen them come and go. I see these network marketing companies come and go. I've seen all of it come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go. Okay. But guess what I did? I planted my flag. I committed. I said, yo, I'm here until it works for me. Until we create the success that we want to create. And you know what, guys? The timing of when it happens is not up to us. The timing of when it happens is not up to us. You know what's up to us? The work that we got to do until it happens. That's what's up to us. Never forget that. It's not up to us when it's going to happen. I wish it was up to me because it would have been happened. It's not up to us to pick when it's going to happen. It's up to us to put the work in until that door opens. God is going to determine when that door opens, not us. And whenever God decides to open the door, we'll open the door and we'll make sure to leave it open for everybody else behind us. But in the meantime, we got to work until that door opens. And just because there's other business opportunities and other money grabs and other companies, remember, guys, the grass is not greener on the other side. It's only greener where you water it. Regardless, in any business, you're going to have to put the work in. In every business, you're going to have to put the work in. In any business that you do, in any opportunity, there's always work that needs to be put in. So we got to understand that, guys. That's mad key right there. Too many people are not taking this serious. Plant your flag. David said, I am for life. I know he's here with us. I know KD's here with us. I know Johnny's here with us. I know Eli and Danny are here with us. Right? I know so many of us. Cedric is here with us. Mauricio's here with us. Right? Type of 4L if you're here with us for life. Let me see. Who's here? Dallas is here with us. Samuel's here with us. Right? That's what it's all about. Josiah is here with us. Mills is here with us. MK3 is here with us. This is your time right here, guys. Plant your flag. What do I mean by plant your flag? Make the decision that you're going to give this your 100% every day. Make the decision, guys. That's what it is. You got to make the decision. I made the decision that I was going to give this my 100%, and I did. And I haven't looked back ever since. I haven't looked back ever since. All right. And then the last thing, so we can wrap up this call for you to prepare for the summer. Yo, number 4, I'm going to put it in capital letters. Step up. You got to step up, guys. Step up as that leader. Step up as that trader. You got to step up, right? Because yesterday, yo, it's crazy because I had Matt. Matt did this training yesterday that hit all of us like a ton of bricks, man. And he did this training. And if you guys know Matt, he did this training. It was called, this is literally the name of the training. It was called Well Done, Good and Faithful Servant. Right? And then what he said is this. Listen to this. It's going to get better. All right. Well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful when the amounts were small. And now you will be granted abundance. Sheesh. I'm going to do a whole training on this, but I'm not going to dive deep into this. But well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful. You've been faithful when the amounts were small, and now you'll be granted access to abundance. Now you'll be granted abundance, however you want to put it. Now, every word means something, though. In this specific sentence right here, let me just show you guys something really fast. Well done, good, faithful servant. Each word means something in this quote, right? What does well mean? Well speaks to excellence, doing everything with excellence. What do I mean by that? Do you watch Go Live with excellence? Do you prospect with excellence? Do you jump on calls with excellence? Doing everything with excellence. That's what it's about, right? What is done? Done is simply finishing what you start, right? It's literally that simple. Done means finishing everything you start. You started that book, finish it. You started that audio, finish it. You started prospecting, finish prospecting. You started that Go Live, finish it. You said you were going to start going to the gym, keep going. You said you were going to start waking up earlier, keep doing it. That's what this is about. That's what this is about, is doing what's required of you, okay? Starting something is easy, remember that. Seeing it through is the hard part. That's the key, all right? What does good mean? This has to do with your integrity, right? This has to do with your integrity. Integrity and character, everything. Integrity and character is everything. How you move. Listen to this. What you do when no one is watching is who you really are. Remember this, okay? You get rewarded in public for what you do in private. So what are you doing in private? You want to get the rewards, you want to get the recognition, you want to hit the ranks. It's about what you do in private. A lot of people ask KD, yo, KD, how did you do it, bro? How did you get all this success? How did you do this? How did you become a successful trader, make all these big withdrawals, get relationships with all these incredible people? It was what he did in private. It wasn't what he did in public. It was what he practiced in private. What you practice in private gets exposed in public. Okay? So if you want to be rewarded in public, you got to practice in private the right things, right? The word faithful, what does the word faithful mean? The word faithful is consistency, fam. Yo, it's the consistency. Are you faithful to it? Are you faithfully showing up for your vision? I asked you guys earlier, you guys remember this slide, right? Are you faithful to point B? Are you faithful to that P600, to that P1000, to that 50K trading account? Are you going to do it every single day? Are you going to do it every day? Consistency is being faithful. Think about it for my people in here. If you were in a relationship, would you want your girl to be faithful to you? Yes or no? Type it in the chat box. Would you want your girl or your boyfriend to be faithful to you? Type it a yes or no in the chat box. You want her to be faithful, right? Consistently faithful. Not just when she wanted to, at all times. Not just during the good times, even more during the bad times, as a matter of fact. You want them to be faithful during the good and during the bad. Not the moment that it gets bad, they're on to the next one, right? No, nobody wants that. You want somebody that could be faithful during everything. That's the key. That's the key. Gotta be consistent. So you guys know, hey, yo, Nano, that you said there's less than 120 days till Croatia. I'm gonna go how many days is left. I'm running 120 with you, bro. I'm doing the whole 120. All right. And then the last thing, so we can wrap up, servant. Okay. We said, well done, good and faithful servant. Okay. Serving, what do you think serving is? Helping others. Helping others. That's what serving is all about. Helping others. Because remember this, if serving, this is my favorite quote. We wrote it down. I'm gonna just listen to this. Let me just copy and paste it. If serving is beneath you, then leading is beyond you. If you can't help other people, then leading is beyond you. Now, if we hear the scripture and we hear the Bible verse, well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful when the amounts are small. Now I will grant you access to more. Type more in the chat box if you want access to more. If you want access to more blessings, more love, more money, more crypto, more ranks, more. The only way you get access to more is being grateful for the amounts that you have now and being a well done and good and faithful servant now. Which means you're doing everything with excellence. You're finishing everything that you start. You're leading with integrity and character. You're staying consistent and you're serving others. Well done, good and faithful servant. That's the key. You've been faithful when the amounts are small. Now we'll grant you access to more. Because remember, guys, you don't get to measure when that door opens. You just keep working until that door opens. You stay faithful until the door opens. That's the key. And that's all it is. We keep working until. We keep watching Go Live until. We keep prospecting until. And it'll happen for us. So I wanted you guys to stay with this message here today because trust me, guys, this is one that is going to be spread all over the organization. And I want to see you guys step up. I want to see you guys. Yeah, I'll go back to here it is. What was this one? Number 2. All right. This is how you prepare. These are the 4 points to prepare for the summer right here. Number 1, understand the season we're in. Number 2, understand the power of leverage. Number 3, plant your flag, make that decision. You're going to give this your 100%. And number 4, step up. Well done, good and faithful servant. Step up, step up, step up. This is what it's all about, guys. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. I know that it's 6 o'clock. I appreciate you guys all for taking the time to jump on the call. I know that my brother David has a question, so I'm going to allow him to unmute himself and ask me the question. But with that being said, guys, take this training, organize your weeks, put yourself in position, and let's go out there and have a week to remember, guys. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And I will see you guys on the vision call. Go ahead, David.
Can you hear me all right now?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, sweet. So, being on this journey for 2 years now, it's obviously been an eye opener, especially going through the process, because it's hard to see the outcome whenever you're doing the step-by-step, the daily methods of operations, you know? So me being faithful, obviously I can share my experiences and stuff to my people. But sometimes then being in that journey themselves, it gets tough. Because for me personally, I really didn't have that mentor, but I just always had that mentality, you know? So my question to you is for those that are in that journey right now, because like I said, I didn't have it. So for those that may have that doubt and wonder, like, is this actually going to work? Could you give like a little testimony of how that played out for you? Because I could share mine, but I want to hear from obviously you because you have the results and so they can also see the same thing.
Yeah, nah, bro. I mean, that's a phenomenal question. You know, one thing that, and I had a very similar, you know, experience in the beginning because, you know, you join these businesses and it's like, man, you know, you want to do it, you want to accomplish success, but sometimes it seems hard. And, you know, something my mentor told me once, he asked me these questions. He was like, yo, he said, do you know someone that earns the amount of money that you want to earn? I was like, yes. Right. He was like, does the car that you want in life exist already? Yes. The house that you want, does it exist already? Yes. Right. The places you want to travel to, they exist already. Yes. Right. So you know that these things are possible for someone else. That means that they're also possible for you. So what you got to do sometimes, if you don't have the faith, you got to borrow faith, right? You got to borrow the faith that, yo, if this person did it, I know I can do it too. Because there's really no difference between you and the person that got the results that you want. The only difference between you and them was that they was actually willing to make the sacrifices to do it. And at that point, it's really not even a moment of believing whether you can accomplish it or not. It's about whether you're willing to make the sacrifices on a day-to-day to go get it or not. Because it's easy to just be like, yeah, I want that house. I can see the house. You can put the house right in front of them. Like here's the house. Boom. But are you willing to make the sacrifices that it takes to go get it? Here's the car. Boom. But are you willing to make the sacrifices that it takes to get this car? Here's the money, right? Here's the money. But are you willing to make the sacrifices that it takes to earn this amount of money on a monthly basis, right? So I don't think it's more of a thing like when it comes to them not seeing. I think it's just more of a decision for most people. Like, are they willing to go make that decision to put the work in like you did it? Because you've seen people, David, that make the money that you want to make. You see people live in the houses, but you're making the sacrifices. You're making the sacrifices for 3 to 5 years to be able to go and get that. And in 3 to 5 years, we're going to look back and you're going to be like, man, thank God I made those sacrifices, right? But not everybody's going to be like you. So it's about finding those key people that are willing to make those sacrifices to go and get what they know they deserve, because we all deserve it. Do you believe you deserve it? And are you willing to go put the work in so that you can deserve it? And that's the key. So I hope that was able to answer your question, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man, bro.
Perfect. So with that being said, KD, thank you so much for having me, brother. I'm going to pass it back to you. So if you want to say any last words, and then we'll end it off right there. All right, fam. So appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And let's go out there and have a phenomenal and powerful week, fam. Let's go.
Let's go, family. Drop some nanos in the chat box. And if you guys are ready to step up, drop a step up in the chat box, guys. And I'm excited for what's coming. I got so much value, bro. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, and everything, bro. And it's time to step up, family. Let's step up. Drop some step ups in the chat box. And let's go attack this week. And I'll see you guys on the vision call tonight. I love you guys. Let's go.
I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it, because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big. I believe that it's my season. That it's my season. You ought to declare that over your own life. Say, I believe. I believe that it's my time. That it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. And I can feel it. And I can feel it. Say breakthroughs in the room. Breakthroughs in Yours if you want it. Anticipating. God's getting ready to move. God's getting ready to move. Listen, you ought to declare this over your own life.